welcome to Vlogmas Day 9. It's Monday. I'm starting my vlog a little later today. It's 12:30 right now. This morning I had to work on some work things, some projects, tie up some loose ends, send out some deliverables, so I needed to focus in on that. I started to get out my vlogging camera and I was like, no, Chelsea, you have to do your job so that you can pay your rent. And I'm done with that, and now it's time for Vlogmas. The fun part of my day, I have a couple things that I want to get done this week. I have a busy week because it's my Christmas party on Saturday, so I need to do the normal party prep for that, but also I want to get into doing some crafting and DIY stuff because I've kind of been letting my Instagram and TikTok fall into the background of my life because I've been so busy with the YouTube videos and editing them. I just haven't had the time, or I haven't made the time to do any of that stuff, but I want to do some of that this week. I want to do those dehydrated oranges. You know, the oranges, you cut them thinly sliced and then you put them in the oven, they dehydrate. But I saw some Pinterest pictures of people who paint them, and I have paint pens from Sharpie. So I thought how cute would that be to paint them and make them not just oranges. So I'm gonna go to the grocery store today, pick up some oranges, quickly dehydrate them, and I don't know how long it takes to dehydrate them. TBD. I also want to make a giant paper chain for my living room because my holiday party is on Saturday. So a lot of this week is going to be preparing for the party, making food, finishing up the decorations in my apartment, just getting it in good condition for everyone to come over. I don't host that many people in my apartment that often. Sometimes people come over one at a time, but parties don't happen as much as I would like to. I feel like it's also difficult in New York. A lot of my friends have kids or families, or they're married, pregnant, all those things. So it's kind of hard to get them all together in one place, but the holiday party is always an excuse to get everyone together. Invitations always go out super early, so everyone has a lot of notice and no excuse to not come. Tomorrow I'm going to get my hair done. My hair has been looking a little long lately. I had super short hair for a long time, but I've been letting it grow out. And I think it's time for just a little lightening, and I'm getting it dyed too, because the roots are rooting. I might get some highlights in there. I've been going really dark the last couple times that I've been, but I might do some brighter highlights in there. We'll see what happens. I love my hairdresser, my hairstylist. He's fabulous. I've been seeing him for probably almost 10 years now. Crazy to think about. So I'm gonna go see him tomorrow and just have some chores, some little things to do here and there. But for now, I'm gonna go to the grocery store. I'm also gonna have breakfast because I haven't eaten anything yet today. And that's strange. Usually I eat as soon as I wake up. But let's start the day Monday and let's have a good week. A little bit of a rainy day outside. I didn't realize that it was actively raining. So I'm gonna go to the grocery store, get my oranges. I also just realized that my neighbors have their part of the apartment decorated outside. So I kind of want to put something outside of my apartment too to match the vibe. So I might make a wreath today that is similar to my holly garland around my kitchen mantle. I might start that too. Just thinking as I'm walking. Okay, it was actually super rainy outside. I thought that it was just dark, but it's also just kind of a miserable day outside. My glasses have rain all over them. So I was gonna go for a little walk, but not right now, maybe later. I remembered that I have to get a Christmas gift for my hairstylist as well, Vanessa. His name is Vanessa. So I think later, before I go to the gym, I might try to stop at Diptyque in Soho and get a bougie, super fancy candle for him. Because I feel like that's appropriate. I don't know what else he would like to get him, something that's very specific, but I know he likes nice things, so I think a Diptyque candle is a good gift. And it like comes in a nice like bag and everything. So field trip later. Let's cut up some oranges. Remember, dehydrating fruit is not like a quick task. It has to be in the oven for like 4 hours. So maybe we'll finish today, maybe we won't, but I'm gonna cut the oranges for now. Put them in the oven. Got all my cutting board. I'm gonna do them like a little thicker, I feel like. 1/8 of an inch thick. I'm not sure how much that is. We're gonna guesstimate. Do you think I should also line the tray with parchment paper? Probably. That'd probably be a smart thing for me to do. I actually never made these dehydrated oranges when I was little. We made popcorn garlands one time. I distinctly remember popcorn garlands, but no dehydrated oranges like the garlands. At least not that my brain remembers. I feel like I have lapses in memory from my childhood, so it could be in there somewhere in this little head of mine, and I just don't remember it. Tray number 1. Stunning, gorgeous. And I guess I'm just gonna put these in the oven for 4 hours. What do I bake them at? 175. 175 for 4 to 6 hours. Place the slices on paper towels. I'm gonna try to press out some of the liquid too, just to dehydrate them like a little more from the start. Time for them to go in the oven. Oh, there's already sheets. And the best part is I can eat all the messed up ones as a snack. It's like 1 o'clock now, and I think it's time to do my Nespresso advent calendar before it gets any later. Because if it is later, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. So let's rock and roll. Nespresso advent day 9. I already had a coffee this morning. I just had one of my almond croissant pods that I already have. Oh my god, I found day 9 as soon as I opened it. It's a VLOGMAS miracle. It's my first day that this happened. Day 9, Mexico. This is part of the Master Origins blends. Comes in this pretty green pod. My fave color. This like chartreuse green is my favorite. Yay! What mug am I gonna have it in today? That is the question. Maybe I'll have it in my Mickey Mouse mug. This is from the Animal Kingdom Lodge like 10 years ago. Probably more. Probably like 15 years ago. So I think I'll have it in that. Tastes like coffee. Tastes like plain old coffee. I prefer a little vanilla croissant, almond croissant flavor, but this is fine. I'm a girl, what can I say? I like my pumpkin spice hazelnut. I kind of like hazelnut, not that much, but I love an almond flavor. So this, it might need a little more of my French vanilla Califia Farms creamer, if you know what I'm saying. But now that I have my oranges in the oven, I think I'm going to work on the wreath that I was talking about. So I have this holly garland in my kitchen, and I have leftover green paper from when I cut these out, and I want to make a smaller version, like a mini wreath, and hang it on my outside, like the outside of my door in the hallway. I think it'll be pretty easy. I just need to cut out all the leaves. So I'm gonna get started on that today. So as I said yesterday, usually I do my DIYs at this table up here, but I've been working on something else up there, and I just like need a change of scenery and some comfy, cozy vibes. So I'm gonna be working on the wreath here. I'll probably put like a little pillow on the floor and just sit here and watch some Gilmore Girls, which, as you can tell, I've already been watching. Does anyone else feel like kind of guilty when they get this screen? I know there's nothing wrong with watching Gilmore Girls all day, but I'm like, you really have to call me out like that? You know what I mean? The vibes are vibing though, like, except for my vacuum. Gotta move that. But look at how cute it is with the lights and the Christmas tree. It's always kind of a bummer when it's a dark, gloomy day outside, but during the holidays, it's actually not that bad. I don't mind a gloomy day during the holidays, but any other time of the year, I'm like, no, thank you. So for supplies, I'm gonna be reusing the construction paper that I have left over, or cardstock, it's actually cardstock, that I have left over from when I did this garland. The leaves were like too big to get 2 out of 1 piece of cardstock, so I have quite a bit that I saved, and even my stencil I'm gonna be reusing to make the new stencil, I think, as long as this, I mean, that shouldn't matter. Yeah, I'm gonna be reusing this, and that's all I really need right now, just some scissors. And I'm gonna get to cutting and cut out a bunch of smaller leaves. I'm gonna take this leaf that I had, and I think I'm gonna make it quite a bit smaller. I want the full wreath to be maybe 24 inches. So I probably need about 100 leaves. Let's see what size. I think I'm gonna do it like this size. That looks good. And then, yeah, I'm gonna do it like this size. I made it like a little bigger when I was cutting, just in case I need to alter it. Oh, that looks pretty good. It's like a little crooked. How does that look, guys? Imagine a bunch of these as a wreath. Perfect. Okay. So now I'm just gonna cut my little heart out. A bunch of multicolored green leaves in this shape. And I think it should be great. Sometimes crafting, I feel a little stressed out before it gets started, or when I'm coming up with the idea, I feel like it's gonna be a stressful process. But once I get into it and I'm just drawing or cutting, gluing things, it's very soothing. I find it to be very healing and relaxing, but sometimes it's just getting to that point for me that trips me up a little bit. I don't know if anyone else can relate to that, but I'm very happy to be starting this after thinking about it for a while, and to be reusing this paper. I kind of forgot how much I love crafting while I sit on the ground and just like spreading my stuff out all over the place and not being confined to a table. I've always preferred just like being comfy on a cushion on the ground as opposed to sitting in a seat. It kind of reminds me of when I lived in a studio apartment. I would always eat my dinner in bed. I feel like it's a very New York thing because like I didn't have a table and I had a small couch in my bed and that was it. Like those were the only things you could sit on in the apartment. So I would come home late at night after the gym. This was when I was weightlifting competitively. I'd get home at like 9, 10 o'clock at night, make my little yogurt or my oatmeal. That's what I'd usually have for dinner. And I'd sit in my bed and watch Sex and the City pretty much every night. That's what I would watch. And I'd eat my little dinner in bed. And I was just so happy. Now I usually have my dinner sitting on the couch. I don't really use, like the strawberry table doesn't get used as a place to eat. It's also kind of wobbly. You guys might notice in my videos, it like moves around a lot. If you touch it, I need to do something about it, but I would love to have the strawberry table and a proper dining table in a perfect world. Because I don't want to get rid of the strawberry table. I think I'm going to be done with these leaves in no time. What a great way to utilize like all the leftover scraps. I have a bunch of leaves done now, so I think I'm going to try to make the wreath form just out of craft paper and like tightly wrap it and then maybe reinforce it with tape. I wish I had like a grapevine wreath form, but I don't. So I'm just gonna try to DIY one out of this and fingers crossed it'll work. So I cut the craft paper in half and now I'm just gonna try to twist it around and make it a little more stable. I think this will work actually. I just want it to be bigger. I'm also out of like big masking tape, so I have to use this little Scotch tape. We're working with what we have today. I think I want it to be like this big. Like this big. That seems good. I hope it's going to be an actual circle. Should I just start doing it and see what happens? Like, what's the worst that could happen? It doesn't look good and I rip all the leaves off? I started with the craft paper wreath, but I think it's gonna be better to do it on a flat base, so I'm gonna try to cut one out of cardboard instead and like scrap this, because it's just too flimsy and I don't have it in me to reinforce it. I probably could, I just don't want to, so I'm gonna cut some out of cardboard. I'm gonna try to cut the wreath form out of this cardboard box that I have and use the plate as a stencil and hope that that works. I want like a circle, you know, like a wreath form, but flat. Cut a circle out of the cardboard. It was as difficult as it looked, honestly, and now I'm gonna try to cut the middle out so that it's like a faux wreath. Here's what it looks like cut out. I'm so proud. This was a lot of work. So now I think I'm gonna reinforce the little flappy parts and start gluing my leaves on. Yay! So this is where I ended up with the wreath so far. I think it's gonna be really cute when it's done, and I'll add some like red berries around it. But I'm gonna go to the gym now. This ended up being like a long project. I have lots of leaves though. So we will return to it tomorrow. I decided I'm actually gonna go candle shopping tomorrow because it's right next to my hair salon, so it doesn't really make sense for me to go tonight and then go back tomorrow, but I'm gonna be going back tomorrow anyway. So I'm gonna go get the present, I'll make my card, and then tomorrow I'll just go buy it and put it in the bag. But for now, I'm trying to find staples. Do you know how hard it is to find like staples for a stapler? I went into a Dwayne Reed and a CVS in my grocery store, and no one carries like the little boxes of staples. I don't know where people buy them. I always just took them from whatever office I worked at. So I need them to make my paper chain because I prefer not to glue all the paper for the chain. So I'm gonna try one more store before I go to the gym and see if they have it there. But this is very perplexing. Like, where do you buy staples? Okay, let's see if this CVS is gonna pull through for my paper chains. See, lots of paper clips, binder clips, push pins, staples. Oh my God, there's one package left. This was destiny. This was fate. Okay, I just got home from the gym and showered, feeling fabulous. There's something about rainy days, especially in New York because you walk around so much. I just feel like really dirty by the end of the day. Like my hair feels kind of weird. My makeup feels cakey. I think it's from like the humidity of the rain because it was rainy and it was also warm. So a weird mixture, but feeling great after I showered and like washed my face and everything. Anyway, I also saw that there's a new Keira Knightley like thriller drama series on Netflix. So I might check that out later too. Let me know if any of you have watched that. I haven't really watched a TV show on Netflix in a while. I've mostly just been watching Gilmore Girls, and that's pretty much it. Anyway, on to Nutcracker Advent Calendar Day 9. Yesterday we had Clara and the Nutcracker. Looking gorgeous, honestly. This is one of my favorite ones. I think it's so pretty. But let's move on to Day 9. Wait, this is Day 8. I brought Day 9 in here. Where did I put it? Okay, oh, here it is. Oh, there's like multiple things in here. He winds up 3 clockwork dolls which spring into life and delight the party guests. They all agree it must be magic. Oh my God, there's so much in here. Hang on. Okay, there's a soldier. There is this girl. Oh my God. There's like 2. Oh my God, it dances. Wait, this is amazing. The little doll dances. You could wiggle her back and forth. And then there's like a joker. Stop it. That is so cool. Helpful if there was someone else to do the other side at the same time. But look at him dancing. Before I went to the gym, I turned my stove off because I still had my oranges in there. They were in the oven for probably 4.5 to 5 hours. So I just turned the stove off and left them in there while I was at the gym, and I came home and went to go check, and some of them weren't done yet. Like the thinner sliced ones are good. This is one of the thin ones. But some of them I did like slightly thicker and they still were pretty juicy. So I threw them back in the oven again, and I'll probably just let them stay in there for an hour or so. Like maybe until after the candle is burnt so I don't forget about it. I'll just turn the stove off too. And hopefully that'll be enough. I'll let them sit in the oven overnight again. And then by tomorrow, they should be ready for a little DIY. But for now, it's time for Advent Candle Day 9. Let's rock and roll. Again, I feel like I should be singing like a prayer or a little hymn or something. Gorgeous. And I'm gonna go fold some clothes while this burns and tidy up a little bit. I need to set my alarm too because I'm waking up early to go to a workout class and just need to prepare everything before I go to sleep. I'm so curious, what time do you guys go to sleep? Because ideally, I'd like to be asleep around 10. I think I talked about this before. I'm an early to sleep kind of person, and I really don't like going to sleep late. So I'm wondering, do you guys have a certain time that you like to go to bed? Are you a night owl? Will you stay up until like 2 a.m.? I can't even remember the last time I saw 2 o'clock in the morning. Unless I was like traveling somewhere and had a layover and was forced to be up that late. But some of my friends, like I have friends who will stay up until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and then they'll wake up the next day, normal time, like 8 a.m. and just be like fully functioning. Some people do well on less sleep. I feel like I used to, but now I like to get a full 8 hours of sleep to feel like myself. So let me know what time you like to go to bed. Comes the end of Vlogmas Day 9. I hope you had fun kind of working on some crafts. We don't have anything finished, but we started. We'll finish some tomorrow and go get a haircut. So I'll see you guys then. Hope you have a great day. Goodbye.